it's Miss Sheree here at the Northfield Library, and today I have yet another story for you to enjoy. This story is a retelling. Yes, a retelling. And if you don't know what a retelling is, it's a story that's remixed so that you can see it in a different way. An example of that would be a story that we have at the library. It's called The Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark. But you might know it as The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf, right? So it's just one story that another person has taken and remixed. So this week we are going to listen to a retelling, and it's Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. Got you, right? You thought I was going to say something else. Remember, it's a retelling. Let's enjoy Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs by Mo Willems. Once upon a time, there were three dinosaurs. Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. One day, for no particular reason, the three dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding at varying temperatures. "Oh boy," said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice. "It's finally time to leave and go to the, someplace else." "Yes," continued Mama Dinosaur, "I sure hope no innocent little succulent child happens by our unlocked home while we are, someplace else." Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big, evil laugh, but was probably just a polite Norwegian expression. The three dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods, waiting for an unsuspecting kid to come by. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came traipsing along. Just then, the forest boomed with that could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" But I'm pretty sure it was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud noise that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur, the trap is not yet sprung." But that could have been a rock falling or a squirrel. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about the dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. So, as soon as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled the 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. Said Goldilocks, "That chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of that counter." Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just so happened to be there and certainly wasn't left on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 gigantic bowls of chocolate pudding. The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot, but Goldilocks ate it anyway because, hey, it's chocolate pudding, am I right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was too cold, but who cares about temperature when you've got a big bowl of chocolate pudding? Not her. The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right, but Goldilocks was on such a roll by now, she hardly noticed. She ate the whole thing. Soon Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite things in the world for hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room. So she climbed down the ladder and walked across the kitchen. The first chair was too tall. The second chair was too tall. But the third chair was too tall. Goldilocks wasn't going to climb that high just to sit in some chair, so she hiked over to the bedroom. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that the beds were also gigantically big. "What's going on here?" groaned the exhausted girl. "The bears that live here must be nuts." Just then, the room filled with a loud, booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. "A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons are yummier when they're rested." Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. How could she not hear that voice? Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. "Hey," she told herself, "this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house." Say what you will about Goldilocks, but she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and got out of there. Just then, a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling, "Now, charge!" Or the Norwegian expression, "Chewy bon time!" Suddenly and completely coincidentally, the 3 dinosaurs rushed through the front door. But they were too late. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house were 3 disappointed dinosaurs. The end. And the moral of the story is, if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. And the moral of the dinosaur is, lock the back door. The official, the end. So as you can see from this wicked remix or retelling by Mo Willems, he took the story that we all know, that is Goldilocks and the 3 Little Bears, and changed it into Goldilocks and the 3 Dinosaurs. From porridge to chocolate pudding, from bears to dinosaurs. They were different and also the same, but also extremely hilarious and enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I can't wait to see you at the library. We just finished reading the story, Goldilocks and the 3 Dinosaurs. So now it's time to wicked make some stuff. So you're gonna break out those craft bags, which include a paper bag, and you should have one of 2 dinosaurs, either a Triceratops or a Stegosaurus puppet. You should also pull out a pair of scissors, some things to color your dinosaur with, whether it's crayons, markers, paint, and a glue stick. So the first thing that we're going to do is to color our dinosaur. So I'm going to color both. You'll see how both of them look, and then we can assemble our dinosaur puppet. So I went ahead and colored both of my dinosaurs just to show you what they both look like. So if you have the Stegosaurus, you should have a colored head, the eyes, and a mouth. And for the Triceratops puppet, you'll have some horns, the back of the head, the eyes, and the mouth as well. So I colored my Triceratops blue and green, and I made my Stegosaurus purple. So the next step is to cut everything out. So I'm just gonna go ahead take my scissors and safely cut around the black lines of both of my puppet shapes. See you after. So I took some time and cut out all the pieces to my puppet. Now it's time to assemble. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is take the mouth that says roar on it, and I'm gonna stick it underneath this little flap of the paper bag. And you're gonna need your glue stick for this part, okay? So grab your glue stick. I'm gonna put some glue on the back of this paper and then stick it underneath that little flap of the paper bag. Make sure you have enough glue on there so it can stick. And there we go. So now that part is the dinosaur's mouth, and he is roaring. And if you have some trouble, you can just line it up better, which is what I'm going to do. Make sure it's right in there. And I'm going to fold it down. So now my dinosaur has the ferocious teeth. Now the next part that I'm going to do is assemble the top of the Triceratops head. So I'm going to need my eyeballs and the horns. So I'm going to stick my eyeballs on. One over here, one over there. There we go. Stick it down. Get my other eyeball. Stick that one down too. Just make sure the glue stick doesn't stick to you like it did to me. And get my horns. I'm going to stick one here and one there. My nice green horns for my green and blue Triceratops. There we go. And now I'm going to take this pretty part, green and blue, and I'm going to stick it behind the puppet's back. And that'll be the part of the dinosaur that's on its head. So I'm going to flip this over, put some glue back here, make sure I have enough so that it sticks. And I'm going to flip this over like a pancake and stick it, and press down and smooth it so that it sticks to the paper bag. So now my Triceratops looks like this. And it's really cool because there's actually a Triceratops in the story. Right there, and a Stegosaurus or a T-Rex, however you look at it. So you can pretend they're the dinosaur in Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. You can add your details, you can write your name, or you can stick your hand inside and make it talk. If you're doing the Stegosaurus, easy peasy. All you need to do is add your mouth right inside like we did the Triceratops. So you're gonna take this little flap, flip it open, add some glue, make sure it's sticky, make sure the paper sticks inside of the paper bag, and fold over. And then you're going to take this big part. Now this is the Stegosaurus's head. So we're going to add some glue to the top of the paper bag, this part that had the flap. We're going to stick our head on. We're going to press down, make sure it really sticks on that paper bag. And now we're going to add our eyeballs. So I'm going to take some glue, put some glue on that eyeball, stick it down where I think I want it. And then I'm going to put an eyeball here. And I'm just going to add a detail to this one because I think he needs a little, maybe some personality, maybe some freckles, maybe a little dots for his nose so you can smell Goldilocks and that chocolate pudding. And boom, you have two really cool, really cute puppets that you just made yourself. Did you enjoy the story, children? Okay, well, I hope you had fun doing this craft. And I can't wait to see you in the Birch Grove Park for our next story times, or here at the library checking out some really cool books, just like Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. Bye.